Hello everyone, RPG Kingdom Kid here bringing you some more Steins Gate. In the previous part, we went back in time and now we're trying to come up with a plan to save Mayuri, but Suzuha. I'm still saying her name wrong, I feel like, but I'm trying to say it right. Suzuha overheard us and now she is running away from us, so we are going after her. And I have to apologize. I mean, you guys won't notice, but I have been really lacking in making videos. I think last Saturday actually was when I recorded the previous parts. So I feel so bad about that, but I really need to get my A game on again because I'll be going out of town for a few days during this week. Thursday through what's it called? Saturday or not Saturday, Thursday through either Sunday or Monday, I will be out of town, so I won't be able to record anything. So I apologize in advance if a story update happens in Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, and you are wondering, wait, you normally have a video up by Saturday, so I won't have a video up by Saturday. Probably will that Tuesday maybe. It all depends, because I took that Monday off as well, so I could spend all that day recording, which is what I plan to do. And I also plan to record every single day until I come back as well. Or, yeah, I just need to make sure I have enough videos to be up there. So at least until Tuesday. But I'll hopefully have more. Anyway, enough about stuff going on there. Let us continue on. Suzuha's already out of sight. But when she left, she was headed for Chuadori. I'm sorry that I'm tired, guys. I know why. I wonder if her phone's on. Maybe I should just try calling her. Come to think of it, this reminds me of something. On the day she failed to meet her father, she disappeared without a word, just an email saying bye. I searched the town, but I couldn't find her, so I sent a email that changed the past in order to make her stay. Pretty sure I lost her near the station back then. What happened on that timeline? Where did Suzuha go after failing to find her father? Search up and down Chiodori, but find no trace of Suzuha or her bike. I have to be careful. There could already be rounders here in Akihabara. I combed the area around the station's main exit, but there's no sign of her anywhere. I lost sight of her here before, so I thought she might be close by. Maybe I should corner her on my next time leap. Press her for answers before she can escape. Better get back to the lab. Started walking away from the station, but just then, people around me gasp and point. Everyone's looking up at the sky. No, not the sky. The satellite in bed on the roof of Randai-kan. Why now? Been there for 2 weeks. It's practically a landmark now. Oh my gosh. It is the time machine, isn't it? Everyone looks like they're seeing it for the first time. And that's what she used. She used that. So I turn and look up too. What? The lights on the satellite are blinking. Is someone inside? Who? Suzuha? Could be Miyoka. Satellite has remained silent throughout all of my previous time leaps. What has changed? Obviously the fact that Suzuha overheard my conversation with Kurisu. Previously I lost sight of her at the station. In other words, right next to Randai-kai. Suzuha must be up there. Everyone's staring at the satellite. This is my chance to sneak in without being noticed. The shutters are half open, but just as they were when I confronted Miyoka. Some of my courage recalled through the crack. When I get inside, the first thing I see is Suzuha's bike lying on the floor. So it is her. What's she trying to do? Where's that satellite? How's it related to John Titor? Is it even a satellite? Nobody knows for sure. Checked online, no satellites fell out of orbit that day. When they do, whether by accident or design, they usually burn up in the atmosphere. Is it possible for one to land in such perfect condition? So what is it then? Joe suddenly runs through my body. Could it be a time machine? There's only one way to know for sure. I need to get there before Zuzuza does anything. The elevators and escalators aren't operating, so I bound up the stairs 2 at a time. My lungs gasp and my legs burn, but I force my body to carry me to the top. There's the satellite lounge in Ranakai's roof. I notice wires holding it in place. The police must have done that so it wouldn't fall. There's a hatch open on the side of the machine. I see someone moving inside. Suzuha! Person freezes when I shout. I run to the satellite. Okabe. Okabe. Rintaro. Suzuha turns to me with a sad expression. Behind her I see the interior of the satellite. It's surprisingly simple, without the switches and buttons you'd expect. Instead there's a black box on the size of a desktop PC. There are numbers on the screen, 2010, and below that, 1975. Whoa, that is 10. It's like 35 years ago? Yeah. I have to press a button. Ow. Sparks burst from the panel. She jerks back, her fingertips burn. What are you doing? It's not working. You know how to use that thing? She doesn't reply. I see her shoulders sag. It's not working. Those sparks had to be from an electrical short. My eyes are burning from the smoke. Answer me. Amane Zuzuha. So hard then asked the question. This is a time machine, isn't it? Are you a time traveler? With her head hung low, Zuzuha nods. I'm John Titor. Oh, shit! There's still a big crowd outside, so we exit the building on the side facing away from the station. Suzuha has calmed down a bit, so I start pressing her for answers. What do you mean you're John Titor? Exactly what it sounds like. I'm the John Titor who's been posting on @channel. I thought he was a guy. Suzuha smiles humorously. I fooled you. Guess my camouflage worked then. Who are you hiding from? CERN. Those stories you posted, were they true? Mostly. A few exceptions. It's those exceptions that bother me. So you came from 2036. That satellite. That's your time machine? I was hoping you wouldn't find out, but my time machine went and broke on me. I really screwed up, huh? Well, I guess there goes my theory about Rintaro's or Okabe's future self being John Titor. That Titor's time machine was loaded on a Chevy. Chevy? That's a car, right? Where'd you hear that? The Titor in 2000 said so. 2000? That might be me on a different world line. At least I haven't been to 2000. I came straight here from 2036. So it was someone else? It's true that Titor never posted in 2000. Not on the current world line. Doesn't matter. I can worry about that later. What do you know? Press Suzuha's for answer. Trapping her between me and the wall so she can't escape. You overheard my conversation with Kurisu, right? Why did you run into the time machine? What were you trying to do? I thought it was my fault. What? Because I neglected my mission, CERN was able to put their plan in motion. Is it true? Suzuha suddenly grasps my shoulders. Is it true that CERN kills Shiina Mayuri? It's true. I time leaped from 5 hours into the future. Time leap. So you guys completed your time machine? I need answers. What do you mean it's your fault? Suzuha bites her lips and looks away. I'll tell you everything. I think you need to know you and my Kisi Kurisu. Kurisu? Why Kurisu? I guess I'll find out if I let Suzuha talk. Should head back to the lab. First, I offer Suzuha my handkerchief. She looks at me for a second, then takes it and ties it around her burnt hand. Thanks. She should probably see a doctor about her hand, but there's no time for that. Mayuri's death is approaching. Just hope she's not in too much pain. I wrap a towel around her hand to keep people around us from staring. Was it that bad? Welcome back, Orkarin. Oh, Suzu-san's with you too. We get to the lab. Mayuri and Daru are there for some reason. Thought I sent them home. Mayuri gives me a ditzy answer when I ask them. I really thought we should celebrate the birth of Superphone Wave-chan. So Daru-kun and I went shopping. Should have known she won't stay away. Kurisu looks as worried as I am. She leans close and whispers into my ear. What do we do? Make absolutely sure Mayuri doesn't find out. Kurisu nods slightly. What are you guys whispering about? How many times do I have to say it? No party. Come on, Orkarin. That's no fun. It's not about fun. Glance at Suzuha. She still looks depressed. Suzu-san, are you feeling okay? Suzuha, Christina and I have important matters to discuss, so I asked you to leave for the day. Mayushi wants to hear too. I think he's serious. But Suzuha-san looks sad. Mayushi's worried. Sorry. Suzuha hangs her head and bites her lip. I know she feels responsible for Mayuri's death. But how is she related? That's why I'm here to find out. I want Shina, Mayuri, and Hashida Itaru to stay. This concerns them too. Suzuha said so. They have no objections. But I quickly pull her aside and remind her not to tell them about Mayuri's impending death. Then I quickly explain Suzuha's true identity. That she posted it on that channel as John Titor, and that the satellite is really a time machine that she came from in the year 2036. A girl from the future? That's awesome. Can I shake your hand? We're not playing around here, Daru. What year were you born? 2017. That's in 7 years. You haven't been born yet, but you're here? Huh? Huh? There's no time to deal with Mayuri's confusion. Alright, Suzuha, let's hear it. Well, the gist is why I posted on that channel. Came from the future, the year 2036. In my time, the world is a dystopia ruled by CERN. There's no war, no conflict, but no freedom either. Dystopia? A society where every activity is controlled by the government. In dystopia, you're not allowed to eat bananas unless today is banana eating day. If you break that rule, they will throw you in jail without a trial. That's terrible! Mayushi loves bananas. Forget about bananas. I'm part of the resistance fighting to free humanity from CERN's control. Came to the past to change my present. From your point of view, I guess I should say the future. Change the future. Change the future. She doesn't sound like she's joking. Oh, what about finding your father? Was that a lie? Suzuha doesn't answer. Does that mean it was a lie? No, it probably wasn't. CERN is a research institution. They don't have a political power. I explained that to John Titor several times online. Online? Wait. Don't tell me. You're Kirigon and Kamehameha. Greasy turns rather than looks away. Titor came forward, so it's only fair that I do too. In that case, I'll come clear too. Posting under my true name, Heian Kyo. I know. Ah, you harmonized! Suha frowns. She must not like having anything in common with Kurisu. She clears her throat and continues. Is she her mother? Is she her mother, I wonder? Is that why she doesn't like her? Well then, 7 years. I guess that's fine. Like 18 plus 7 is 25. So yeah, that's a good age to like be a parent. Or yeah. CERN is still a research institution in 2036. The world is actually ruled by CERN's secret backers, the Committee of 300. The Committee of 300. They're real. That name is CERN's top secret documents. When CERN successfully completed their time machine, they became the sole entity with power over the fourth dimension. Time. Wait, I thought the fourth dimension was smell. Because you know, like, when movies have that 4D, or I think it was Spy Kids that had 4D, it had that smell or something with it. There's also another movie that came out years and years ago with that too. I think it was a Rugrats movie that had that. It's like, alright, whenever you see this symbol, you gotta scratch it. Like, you get a card when you went to the theaters. I remember I went to that movie, but I can't remember what the movie was. And I think you had 3D glasses as well. So you put that on, and then they gave you a card like, here you go. And then I think, like, at the beginning of the movie, there was an explanation like, all right, guys, whenever you see the glasses onward, you put those glasses on. Whenever you see the symbol on the screen, like in one of the corners, make sure you scratch that symbol and sniff it so you can smell what they're smelling. I can't remember what movie that was. It's like, I know Spy Kids 4 had that, but there was another movie too. I want to say it was Rugrats, but I can't remember for sure. Just 2 years. That's only in a objective time. Bet CERN's time travelers spent many decades leaping back and forth across history, building the foundation of CERN's rule. That brings us to you, Mikisi Kurisu. Suzuha glares at Kurisu. In 2036, you're authorized as the mother of the time machine. Apothesized? Japanese, please. Apothesized, as in revered, respected. She keeps using unusual vocabulary. For me, that's normal vocabulary in 2036. Respected? I am? In 2010, you pioneered time leap technology. Afterwards, you contributed to the development of CERN's time machine. That's what I know about Mikisi Kurisu. Is that why she treats Kurisu like an enemy? Okay, never mind. It's not her mother. That would have been a twist of fate. It's like that's her mother, and like in the future she kind of like resents her mother because of stuff that she does, and that's why she kind of hates her. But I must be the father of the time machine, right? Okabe Rintaro is a terrorist in 2036. You're pretty infamous. What? Seriously? I'm a terrorist in the future? I helped CERN build a time machine? I don't believe it. CERN experiments on people against their will. There are disgraced scientists everywhere. I would never collaborate with them. That's how it is in the future. How did the future me explain herself? We've never met. By 2036, you've already died. You're already dead. Sorry. Well, that's just great. I don't even make it to 50? In my time, there are two kinds of people. Those who live extremely long lives and those who die young, under suspicious circumstances. People who act against CERN are erased. They erased me? Zuha looks into Kurisu's eyes. For once, she's not glaring at Kurisu. Maybe you were being used by CERN too. Maybe they took your parents hostage and forced you to work on their time machine. No. Does that mean Mama's in danger? Kurisu's mother is in America. It's not terribly difficult to imagine CERN kidnapping her while Kurisu is away. After all, I watched Miyoka kill Mayuri in cold blood. Rounders. What's that? CERN's private army, or something like that. Suzuha nods. On paper, they're an independent technology research firm. In reality, they do the dirty work of CERN all over the world. According to Miyoka, they have two chief deputies. First, to acquire IBM 5100s, the only computers that can access CERN's secret database. Second, to find promising scientists in the field of time travel and force them to cooperate with CERN, or eliminate them if they do not. So they already exist. I thought they might. In my time, they're our number one enemy. Dirty work? Does that mean like kidnapping and assassinations? Zuha looks at me with a question in her eyes. I shake my head. In my time, yes. But I don't think they've reached that level in this time yet. Dara is visibly relieved. Amane-san, you said that most of what you posted on as John Titor was true, right? Right. Does that mean you know how the universe works? You claim that the ever-wet wheeler model, the many worlds interpretation, is correct. That was a lie. Camouflage so that CERN wouldn't target me. If I mix one lie into the truth, then the bad apple spoils the barrel. So you don't know. I do. By 2036, scientists have successfully modeled the structure of the universe, but it's not the many worlds interpretation. Really? Tell me. Attractor fields. Right. I told you by mail, didn't I? What sort of model is that? The universe is made up of world lines and attractor fields. Zuha walks over to Mayuri's sewing table and picks up a ball of red yarn. She holds one end of the yarn and drops the ball onto the floor, then holds about a meter of yarn in front of her face. The universe is like this piece of yarn. Countless possible world lines exist side by side, branching out to infinity. Ah. From a distance, it looks like a single string, but when you look closer, the string is actually made up of individual threads woven together. At the end, those threads converge on a single point. The paths are different, but the destination is the same. Isn't that determinism? Close. This model is a little looser. You could say it's cherry picks from the many worlds interpretation and the Copenhagen interpretation. I think that says Copenhagen. If the branches all lead to the same place, does that mean there's only one world in the end? Exactly. A bundle of world lines that share a point of convergence is called an attractor field. There are also many attractor fields. This string is attractor field alpha. The threads are alpha world lines. Zuha then cuts meters length of blue, yellow, and white yarn. Blue is beta, yellow is gamma, and white is delta. Each is made up of countless beta world lines, gamma world lines, and delta world lines. She twists the different color strings together, then stretches them out on one flat multicolored string. Attractor fields are superpositioned like this. In each attractor field, the world line converges on a different result. They don't interact. Each attractor field is independent of the others. Of course, they all diverge from a common point somewhere in the past, and they will all converge again at some point in the future. But that takes many hundreds of years. You can think of the attractor fields as very long world lines. Can you compare it to an erogo, techme, or erotic one? Oh, erotic one.
エロい人なんていない。
There's no erotic one here.
いや
No, he's right. It is like an eroga. Each heroine's route is an attractive field, and the small choices within are the individual world lines.
しかし最後には必ず
But at the end, they all enter the true route for the grand ending.
共通ルートが長いか短いか
The only difference is the length of the common parts. By the way, I choose the little sister's attractor field.
勝手にしろ
Whatever.
ダメだこいつら。
You guys are hopeless. Better do something quick.
えっと
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
真剣に受け取らなくていい
Just
よ。
ignore them. Let me get this straight. The reason I can't save Miuri is that her death is the event upon which this attractor field converges. But that means the world really is killing Miuri.
でもさそれじゃ
But then,
未来を
isn't it impossible to change the future?
結局
It
収
always
束しちゃうん
converges
で
at
し
the
ょ
end, right?
何を
No
した
matter
って
what you do, the
結
result
局
is the
同じじゃん
same? That's right. That's why Miuri dies no matter how many times I leap.
今
We have to escape attractor field alpha.
歯磨き
Escape.
つまり
In other words, we're going to jump to a world line in attractor field beta.
干渉できないんじゃ
I
ん。
thought attractor fields couldn't interact.
アトラクタフィールド同士が
Attractor fields are normally separate, but if we go to the instant they diverge,
分岐する瞬間。
instant they diverge,
それが
is that
今だ
now?
っていう。
ダイバージェンスが
I was taught that major divergence occurs in
2010
2010.
2000年や
This year, an earth-shattering event causes divergence at the attractor field level. Last time such a divergence occurred was in the year 2000. Before that, in 1991.
えっと
What happened those years?
1900どっちも世界規模の
Events that
大きな
changed the
事件
face of
が
the
あったじゃん
world. I don't know about 1991, but 2000 was probably Y2K.
事件
The Y2K event. Huh?
1991年
1991 was the collapse of the Soviet Unions, right? What happened in 2000?
2001年
2001 had the 9/11 attacks.
2000年は
The year 2000 problem.
は
Y2K?
あ騒がれたわ
That was just hype. Nothing
大
happened.
した
それは今
That's
私
because the Alpha World line we're on represents a world where Y2K didn't
2000
occur.
年問題が起き
Oh, so it occurred in a different world line? So in other words, there are worlds where it did occur?
そして
And that brings us to 2010.
今年って
Did something big happen this year?
大きな今年最大の事
What
件
else could it be? So Al looks towards the development room. Ah,
史上初の
but the creation of humanity's first time machine.
成功以外にあそっか
Oh yeah!
そうだよ
Wow! Sugoi!
もう一つ疑問が。
One more question. Creasy keeps plowing ahead. I guess that's what makes her a scientist.
重ね合わせ状態にある世界
These world lines
線。
aren't parallel worlds, are they?
パラレルワールド。
違うよ
No. Ultimately, they're just possibilities that exist simultaneously.
そうだとして。
Then how do you observe the differences between world lines? Wouldn't you need a god's eye view to do that?
普通ならね
Normally.
でも
However, Suzuha looks at me. Don't tell me.
リーディングしたいなか
Reading Steiner?
そういうネーミングなの
Is that what you call it? Kaburitaro? You have the power to observe changes across world lines, correct?
予測ができる
あ
Yeah,
それが鍵になる
that's the key.
君の特殊な力が
Your power is the key to freeing the world from Stern's rule.
支配今の君は
You have the power of a god.
存在なんだよ
俺の力が
My power.
アトラクタフィールドアルファ
If you escape Attractor Field Alpha and reach a beta world line, then the results will change.
収束する結果も
Feel shiver excitement.
助けられるのか
So there's hope. I can save Miyuri. Suzuha nods firmly. Then I must do it. I have no
ち
choice.
ょっと待って。
Wait a second. Krisu, however, is not so enthusiastic.
それ。
How do we know this is all true? What if Amane-san is just making stuff up?
何
What?
も
I'm not making stuff up.
ないよ
落ち着け。
Calm down. I'm not trying to pick a fight.
ただ、
But I still have questions.
そもそもどうして
How do you know about Okabe's power?
力とか
2. How did you know Okabe and I were in Akihabara in 2010?
2017年
Don't you know a little too much for someone born in 2017? She has a point. Everyone looks at Suzuha. Is it because they're her parents?
父さんの遺書に
It was written in Dad's will. His will? What do you mean?
私がタイムトラベルを
His will was what made me decide to time travel. My dad was one of the founding members of the resistance. He had from CERN researched time travel on his own. He wanted to change the future. But CERN killed him. That's why I'm here, to fulfill his dream.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry. Oh, never mind. Suzuha doesn't look at Kurisu. She still seems to have a grudge against her. Or, no, it can't be, because if Okabe is a terrorist, then he's probably still alive in 2036, because she said that CERN killed him. So it must have been before that year, so... Kurisu would never actively cooperate with CERN. I know this, but I can't say it in front of Suzuha. For some reason, Suzuha really does see Kurisu as responsible for the problems of the future. But if that's the case, why doesn't Suzuha just kill Kurisu? Won't that change the future too? Maybe she can't. World line convergence? Or she wouldn't be born, because that's probably her mother! No matter how hard I struggle, Mayuri dies. Simultaneously, it may be impossible for Suzuha to kill Kurisu, no matter how much she may want to. Suzuha clears her throat to change the subject. Akihabara, 2010. The time machine created here accelerates CERN's own time machine research. We have to stop that from happening in order to guide history in a new direction.
そしてどうやって
Stop it. How?
セルは俺たちが
CERN already knows about us. That's clear from Miyoka's attack. Dad believed that the ultimate cause was the very first email you sent with your time machine.
メールデータ
Email.
ハッキングが
It wasn't because they caught us hacking?
だから僕のハッキング
Like I said, nobody can catch my hacking.
でもメール
Which
で
email are you talking about?
あれじゃないかな
I know. Wasn't it the email Orkarin sent that said Kurisu-chan died?
カリのメール
Right. The email was sent to Daru right after Dr. Nakabashi's conference.
こ
Oh,
れね
that. Back then, we hadn't yet realized that the phone wave was a time machine. Give me 1 second here. I'm pretty sure we're coming up to the choice of either sending the D mail or not sending the D mail. I gotta see. I'm pretty sure not sending it gives us Suzuha's ending. Alrighty, for some stupid reason, my capture device just stopped capturing, so that's fucking stupid. I don't know when, so I'm just gonna read from here, from this one, because I'm pretty sure we're still recording then. CERN probably intercepted that email and realized what it meant. They were already onto us back then? Come think of it, the first time I met Miyoka was the day after I sent that email. We really jumped into the deep end, huh? Maybe she's good at the breaststroke.
はいはい
Alright, then do a sexy underwater pose.
しかし
But how did they intercept our email? Hundreds of millions of emails are sent around the world each
世
day.
界
セルンは
CERN uses the Echelon network to collect communications presented to time travel research worldwide.
エシュロンだと
Echelon. It really exists?
実在してい
As
た
an expert on conspiracies, I understand the implications. They terrify me. No one else seems to get what Suzuha's saying, though.
セルンはさ
Echelon sees everything. Any transmission that even hints at time travel is filtered and sent to CERN. For example, an email that appeared to have come from the future. We need to find the record of that email in CERN's database and delete it. If you do that, then CERN will never know you exist. The time machine won't be complete in 2034. If we're lucky, that program may be shut down entirely. In other words, deleting the data will take us to the tractor field where CERN doesn't build a time machine.
うーん
Hmm.
でもセルン
There
の
wasn't any data like that when we hacked CERN's database. The IBN 5100.
おお
Oh,
そうか
of course.
IBN
CERN's IBN 5100 database.
あの中に
That's probably where they stored data from Echelon.
蓄積されてる
So that's what it is.
だ
Damn it, Daru. Why didn't we use the IBN 5100
買わ
earlier?
なかったのだ
いや
We never had one?
何を言っている
What are you talking about? I got one, remember?
はい
Huh? Right. That was on a different world line. On this world line, I never found the IBN 5100.
私の役割はさ
My mission is to make sure you acquire an IBN 5100.
IBN
持っているのか
You have one? Suha shakes her head.
1975
I'm going to 1975 to obtain one. 1975. The year the IBN 5100 went to market. I know because John Titor in 2000 said that was his mission. Was that John Titor's Suzuha too? Anyway, if Suzuha can get an IBM 5100, then we can't leave the attractor field and jump to a beta world line, where CERN never finds us and their time machine is never completed. Maybe you won't have to die.
よし
Alright.
なら急げだ
We need to move fast.
鈴葉には
How soon can you leave, Suzuha?
そ
1900な
うしたいのは
I was trying to leave when you caught me, but... Suha bows her head apologetically. I look at her bird hand. She's hiding from Mayuri and Daru, but I can see the blood stain my handkerchief. Looks like it hurts to look at. Maybe we should get her to a
タイ
doctor.
ムマシンも
Right. Your time machine's broken.
直せないの
Can you fix it? No. I just write it. My dad's the one who built it.
仕組みそのものは
I've memorized the manual, so I know how it works, but it doesn't mean she knows how to repair it. There's no guarantee that a time machine from 2036 can be repaired with today's technology.
タイムリープマシンで
Maybe we can use a time leap machine to go back before Amane-san's time machine broke.
壊れる前へ
っていうか
Wait,
タイムリー
you're
プ
going
マ
to
シン
use a time leap
使う
machine?
プラン
Wasn't the plan not to experiment?
ファイナルアンサーじゃなかった
I still haven't told Daru about my time leaping. There's no time to explain.
場合によっては
We'll use it if the situation demands.
鈴葉に
But do you know when it broke, Suzuha?
うん
No.
きっと
But it was probably the rain a few days ago.
降った雨だ
It's supposed to be airtight, but the inside was all wet when I checked it today.
あんだけ派手にビルに
Maybe it made a hole when you crashed into a Rondicon.
穴でも
あれは激突したんじゃ
That
ない
wasn't a crash. The coordinates were slightly off, so it just appeared there.
あのマシンって
It's not exactly the most stable machine.
それで雨
You
が
won't remember when it rained?
10日の朝
The morning of the 10th, just before dawn. Time leap machine can only cover 48 hours in a single leap. And time leap machine was completed today, the 13th at 2 p.m. That means we can't go further back than 2 p.m. on the 11th.
ダメだ
Damn. We can't get there with the time leap machine.
届かない
Thought we had a glimmer of hope.
直す努力はしてみ
I think we should try to fix it.
そうだよ
Yeah, it's a time machine, so we have plenty of time,
時
right?
間はあんまり関係ない
Kurisu, Suzuha, and I say nothing. We know. In less than 2 hours, Mayuri will die. It's already 5:30. There's barely enough time to sneak into Randakai, let alone fix Suzuha's time machine. Mayuri should leave out at 2 p.m. on the 11th. Then we'll have 2 full days to fix the
み
machine.
んな
You're all
お腹
hungry,
が
aren't
空い
you?
ただろ
You should
空い
be.
たはずだ
いきなりなんぞ
What's this all of a sudden?
まゆしは
Hey, she's hungry! I expected from a glutton. I take a 10,000 yen bill out of my wallet.
前より誰
Mayuri, Daru, I leave the shopping to you. We can come up with a plan while we eat. Wow, Orkarin! What are you gonna do with all this money?
これで買ってこい
Buy food. Lots of food. Use it all.
平然と
You just calmly hand over a 10,000 yen bill? Wow, Orkarin, you make it look easy. That's why we love you. That's why we admire you. Mayuri and Daru leave in high spirits. I know the 10,000 yen bill would work.
クリスティーナ
Christine,
それで
Titor.
タイター
タイターって
Titor?
私のこ
Is
と
that me?
他に誰がいる
Who else?
なんでいきなり呼び
Why are you calling me that now?
タイターの中の
Because you're the one behind Titor's mask.
そうだけどさ
Oh, yeah, but
無駄よ
just give up. Okabe rarely calls anyone by their name.
にないからそういえば私
Oh, yeah. He always calls me part-time warrior for some reason.
二人とも聞け
Listen, you two. We're going to leave at 2 p.m. on the 11th.
11日そこで
After Titor explains herself again, we'll start repairs of the time machine. Our goal is to have it working by the time
今
today.
の頃
当てはあるの
Is that the best plan?
今から2時間もがくよりは
Better than trying to fix it when we only have 2 hours left.
直
If
す
it doesn't work, I'll just keep repeating the same 2 days. I'm sorry.
タイター
Titor,
お前には
we're counting you to get us an IBM 5100.
これはお前のためだ。
Never forget.
未来の
I'm not doing this for you, and I'm not doing it for my future. My mission is to save Mayuri.
独善的だと言いたければ言えばいい。だが俺は
Call me self-righteous if you want. However,
誰の指図も受ける気はない。
I'm doing this my way. Kristen Suzawa gives an encouraging nod in agreement.
よし。
Good.
作戦
Then let's
開始
begin.
作戦名は言わ
You're
ない
not going to name the operation? Who cares about that? This isn't the game. Mayuri's life hangs in the balance.
北欧神話でいい
You
ね
can't find a good Norse mythology themed name?
なんで北欧神話
Why Norse mythology?
深い意味はないと
I
思う
don't think there's a deep meaning behind it.
中二病患者
Shinabu
は
patients
テ
love
レマン系ネーミングが
dramatic
大
names
好き
for
だから
some reason.
そういえば
Now that you mention it, most of our operations names in the Resistance have dramatic names too.
どんどんゲルマン
Whenever asked, they say it's tradition.
26年後にも
So there's still
中二病患者っていう
there's still Chunibiyu in 2036.
くだらない会話をしている
Cut the chatter. Mayuri's life hangs in the balance. There's no time for this nonsense. Kurisu sets up the time leap machine while Suzuha goes to turn on the 42-inch CRT. Well, before Mayuri returns, I leap. Jeez, I thought we'd be getting close to the end of the chapter here. When I come to, standing with my phone in my hand. While I wait for the ring in my head to subside, check the date and time on my phone screen. August 11th, 2021. Or 2021. 2:21 p.m. Alright, now I have 2 more days. As a matter of fact, I leaped twice. First at 2 p.m. on the 13th when the machine was completed. From there, I leaped an additional 48 hours to 2 p.m. on the 11th. It was my first consecutive leap, but it seems to have gone well. I immediately head downstairs to see Suzuha. I'm relieved to see that her hand isn't burnt. When I explain the situation, Suzuha races the Grandai Kai to confirm my story. As she realizes I'm telling the truth, I take her back to the lab and have her repeat the explanations she gave us before I time leaped. Getting to the conclusion that all we need to do right now is try our best to repair Suzuha's time machine.
じゃあ早速見に
Let's go
行ってみ
take a
るべ
look.
き
Daru is unusually enthusiastic. Guess Suzuha's talk of attractor fields and divergence and correcting history's mistakes got his blood pumping.
ちょっと待って
Hold on, everyone. Mayuri stops us as we're about to leave the lab. Guys, aren't we forgetting something?
忘れてるよ
もう一つ
Like what?
すずさんのお父
What
さん
about Suzuha's dad?
今はどこにいるの
Oh, right. I thought Suzuha was wondering about that. But when I turn to her, she looks away.
お父さんのことは
That doesn't matter now, does it?
もういいでしょどうでもよくない
It does too. I mean, it'll take time to fix the time machine, won't it? We should help Suzuha find her dad in the meantime.
だったらそっだ
Right?
いや
But when I show reluctance, Mayuri puffs out her cheeks.
あ
Don't be like that, Orkarin. You have to keep your promise.
約束はね
What promise?
この前
We promised, remember?
したでしょ
You said we'd all look for
すずさんのお父さん
Susu's dad.
みんなで
Son's
探
dad.
そうって
That's right. We convinced her to stay by promising to help look for her father.
そう
Yeah,
だ
I remember.
あのね
I know Suzu-san has a mission and stuff, but I think she also comes. Or I think she also came because she really wanted to meet her dad.
もしそうなら
Maybe she wants to make that happen.
合わせてあげたいです
If Mayuri feels that strongly about it, there's no way I can refuse. Gee, Mayuri, you're such a nice girl.
いいこと
Suzuha sniffles.
その通りだよ
You're right.
この町に来れば
I thought I could find him if I came to this town.
来ると思うお父さんがさ
I know. Well, I know that he was in Akihabara in 2010. So your father's real?
いるよ
Of course he is.
そう
At
だ
this age, he's probably still young and cool.
名前は
His name was Beryl Titor, right? Yeah,
そう
that's right. Wow, a foreigner.
うんうん
No, I'm pretty sure he's Japanese. Barrel Tire is his code name in the Resistance. I don't think he's using it yet. So that's why Suzuha calls herself John Titor. I don't know his real name. Some daughter, huh? Oh, some daughter, huh? Suzuha looks like she's about to cry for an instant, but she quickly covers it with a bitter smile. He died before he could tell me. Hearing that, I realized how hellish the world she came from must be. What about your surname, Amane? That was my mother's maiden name. So you have no leads? Leads? Oh, there is one thing. Suzuha claps her hands together and starts patting her pockets. A few seconds later, she reaches out and pulls out a pin? I've seen Suzuha filling with it before. It's just a regular pin, the kind you stick on your hat or bag. There's something written on it. It reads Oshima A7010. This belongs to my dad. A memento? Google it, Daru. Daru runs a search but gets only incomprehensible foreign sites. He was here in Akihabara, so I think you can exclude the foreign sites. Okay, got it. Narrows the search down to Japanese sites. But even then, none of the results look relevant. Nothing. But this has to be some kind of hint. With Suzuha's permissions, I take pictures of the pin. Okay, all in favor of helping Suzanne find her dad. I want to argue that there's no time for that, but Mayuri's right when she says that the time machine won't be ready for a while. Guess there's no harm in letting her have her way. After all, there's no point in running, not even with 2 days of head start. Even if I dragged Mayuri to the ends of the earth, we wouldn't be able to escape her death. I know that now. No objections. Objections. Thanks, Orkarin. There raises his hand in agreement. So does Kurisu. It's decided. We'll help Suzanne find her dad, father. Hey everyone. Thank you. But I want to be clear that my mission to 1975 comes first. That was my dad's final wish after all. So if we still haven't found him by the time repairs are complete, I think we should give up. Is that okay? Are you sure? If we still haven't found him by then, it just wasn't meant to be. It's relief to hear Suzuha says that. Where do we start? Well, at every store in Akiba that sells things like that. Maybe someone will know where it came from. What kind of stores? Akiba is full of niche stores where you can find strange and cool accessories. Alright guys, well I'm going to end the part right here. It's pretty long. It's probably almost like 50 minutes, if not close to an hour, considering how I had to restart the capture because the fucking things started to act up. I'm really running low on time things. I need to clean up my computer, so hopefully that will help it a bit. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, please give that like button a click. Comment down below what you liked about the video, what you didn't like about the video, and let me know. Like, Suzuha kind of seemed like the person that went back in time. So she probably could have been John Titor. That should have clicked in my head as soon as she, like, showed off those kung fu moves against Mioka and her men there. It should have clicked instantly there for me, but it didn't. So, yeah, that was my fault. So, yeah. Let me know if that's, like, as soon as that part came, but you guys like, oh, she's John Titor, or if you played the game for her. I'll have an update video coming out probably before I leave on Wednesday, or maybe a day before that, or maybe the day after, probably along that timeline, about Let's Plays I'm going to do in the future, about like how it's going to be somewhat in a few days. And there is Steins Gate 0 coming out, I think, for Windows first, but I think it eventually will come out for PS4 this year. I can't remember. I don't know. We'll see. But I might play that game because I'm really excited. I really love this game. Like, it's like I said, the first couple of chapters really, like, it's whatever. I really hated Okabe, and I still kind of do, but he's okay. I still think he's unredeemable from the incident with Lukaku. But I mean, he's gotten better, so I mean, I can't really complain that much, I guess. So I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I already said that. As always, guys, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the beat, and subscribe to my main channel too. That's in the description below, as well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RPG Kingdom Titor, are there too. I want to thank you all so much for watching once again. I'll see you all next time.